Welcome to the Online Success Journey podcast, your opportunity to discover and learn from entrepreneurs like yourself. This is not your typical podcast, but a place where you can get the real story and find out how real people encounter speed bumps and detours, but journey through to find success. Now here's your host for the Online Success Journey podcast, Patience.
Hello everyone and welcome to Online Success Journey. This is episode 5. Are you ready to join the clan? Today we have Brian. How are you, Brian?
I'm excellent. How are you, Patience?
I am good. Brian Basilico is a speaker, a coach, and a bestseller. The award-winning book, It's Not About You. It's about bacon relationship marketing in a social media world. He's also a corporate marketing trainer, professor, a syndicated blogger, and a podcaster. He has over 35 years of marketing experience to his award-winning internet marketing company and business-to-business interactive marketing. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Patience.
I know the clan here is anxious to hear your story, so let's get started with the basics. Can you tell my clan a little bit about your background, what you did before you started your online business?
Sure, I'll try to sum it up as best as I possibly can. So I started my first business in my dad's basement. I opened up a recording studio and I was doing bands and did that for a while and built it up to a pretty decent sized business, and then ended up going to take a corporate job working for AT&T, and I was hired to do originally just video wiring, but then I ended up shooting and editing and then turned into a video producer, worked with them, produced many award-winning videos for them. Went on and opened up a commercial recording studio where I did audio cassettes for Avon Corporation. You remember audio cassettes?
Yes.
Some people might not. But then I also did jingles and a lot of radio and TV commercials, and did audio for a whole bunch of different things. Sold that company to a multimedia company where I developed websites and CD-ROMs. Then I went to work another corporate stint at Arthur Andersen in their training division in St. Charles, Illinois, where I developed large-scale training programs for them, both audio and video. And then went to work for an ad agency doing online ads, primarily banner ads when banner ads were banner ads. And then started this company back in 2001. And when I originally opened up this company, I was doing business card CDs. I mean, they're little business card size CDs with a hole in the center. And you could put a little bit of video on there and some multimedia programming and things like that. So you could have interactive stuff going on. And it's evolved into now getting into a lot more of online marketing, Google, anything from analytics, AdWords, social media, and really helping companies build a brand online that converts traffic into buyers.
Well, that's a good background, Brian.
Thank you.
Tell us one thing that we want to know about you, even if we have been following you for a while.
Well, the one thing that you probably wouldn't know about me is when I was doing in the recording studio, I was doing radio commercials for a local company called Comark. And I was an on-air personality doing character voices. And all of a sudden I got a phone call from a big ad agency in downtown Chicago, said, "We heard you online. We want you to come down and audition to be the Pillsbury Doughboy." And I went down, auditioned, and I came incredibly close to getting that job, except the contract negotiations that were broken down came back, and the guy who was doing it took the job back away from me. So I was that close to being the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh. Okay. How do you go from where you started to getting involved in online business?
Well, it's an evolution. One of the things that I talk to my clients about a lot is, the world is changing so fast that you have to keep learning, you have to keep growing, and you have to keep reinventing yourself. So, from business card CDs to online marketing, I mean, I've had to spend a lot of time teaching myself technologies. I mean, if you're on Facebook or on LinkedIn, I mean, every time you log in, the platform changes, right?
Yes.
So you have to continue to learn, what's happening with that, and watch other people and go to conferences and meet people and learn things, and that's really what it's all about. So you have to continually learn how all of these things change, grow yourself and grow your business. And that's one of the things that I focus on, is I call myself a professional student, meaning that I spend a good chunk of my day, almost 50% of my day, learning things so that I can then do it for myself, see what works, and then apply it to my clients or to my coaching clients.
Okay. Did you have any setbacks or failures while starting your online business?
Oh, yes. Yeah, probably the biggest one is I started out doing the whole online marketing stuff and doing websites for people. And then I got into the hosting business. And so I started hosting websites for people. And, that evolved. I was working with one company. They ended up stealing all my clients. So I went off on my own and did it again. And unfortunately, I gave away a free website to my church. My church then gave it to a volunteer who installed Joomla. Don't install Joomla. And Joomla was never updated, and it got hacked. And so I had 50 plus companies that had hosted with me on a dedicated server that were all hacked. And it took months and months, and I lost over $10,000 in just trying to get that all cleaned up. And I tried moving it to a new server, ended up at a third party server, had to hire experts to come in and clean up the mess. And eventually I just gave the business away because it was such a albatross. It was not making me nearly enough money for the time I was spending with it. So I've spent a lot of time over the course of the last handful of years finding the right web hosts to manage and host services for my clients. I no longer do that. I find one that I like, I recommend it, and then I get clients on there so that they're protected and served properly. So yeah, that was a big one.
Regarding that setback, how did you feel? How did you describe what was going in your life, in your business, to your closest friends and family?
Clear panic.
Well, that's
I
what
said,
you told your your family.
yeah, clear panic. I mean, it was like I was not ready to deal with that. It consumes you. When you have to deal with 50 disgruntled companies who can't get their email, whose websites are not up and running, you're working around the clock trying to figure out solutions, and it was hard. I learned, the one thing I learned about it is leave it to the pros, leave it to the people that know how to really manage web servers and really understand hackers, because that's what it was. It was just somebody hacking. And I don't know about you, but I have 22 WordPress websites right now myself. And that number is always growing because I'm always adding more products or services and stuff like that. And you've got to maintain all of those. And you need to make sure that the people who are hosting your websites are going to, be protecting you and giving you the best possible customer service, and, keeping your best interests in mind. And I don't care how much you pay for it. A lot of people go the cheapest route possible, which we all want to do. But sometimes you just got to pay a little more to get the kind of service that's going to protect you in the long run. So I can tell you from being hacked, I mean, every single time a website's get hacked, it costs anywhere between 500 to 1,000 US dollars to manage that and to deal with it and get rid of it. So, it's cheaper to protect yourself by spending a little bit more money on hosting or making sure you have the right plugins and monitoring services than it is to pay to get fixed after it gets hacked. So that's probably the biggest lesson I learned.
Okay. Right. I know my client would love to hear how you overcome this, and we are going to talk much more about this in our extended interview. But tell us, when you really finish all that panic, how do you feel at the end of it?
Oh, um, well, you never really get over it, but I'm much more comfortable now knowing that I don't have to worry about that as much. I can focus more on my business rather than working in my business, because I'm no longer sitting there spending all of this time trying to deal with the minutia of dealing with website issues, and it's the same thing in the bigger picture. I mean, I work with um, multiple virtual assistants who are all over the world. As a matter of fact, Bev, my one who does my email marketing, is in England with you, and she manages my email blasts for me every single week. By hiring people that can come in and help you, expand your business, and you're not spending as much time on the minutia, just like working the websites, it really opens you up to be able to do more and serve your customers better and do better at your business.
Wow. So, what is your focus or your specialty online?
Well, there's a lot of them. I mean, ultimately, if you talk about, the core of what I do is take a look at people's websites and web funnels and try to help them generate more business. And so one of the things that I say is, the core of um, everything based online is based on relationships. So how do we develop great relationships with people? And then how do we get them to trust us enough to purchase? And that goes whether you're running a local business that is doing plumbing or delivery, all the way to internet marketers that are selling training classes and stuff like that. So the focal point is the goal is to get them to a website that actually makes sense to the end user and is focused on them. And once you do that, then you have to get them into your sales funnel, whether it's getting them into your email marketing or getting them to purchase a product or to get a free report or whatever it is. Then after you get them in there, then you're trying to figure out, okay, how can I serve them best? What do they need next? So I have many facets to what I do. I mean, part of it is I'll do website analysis for people and help them figure out how to make their websites better. I'll go in and actually do that for them. I also have a team of heavy duty programmers that help, and a team of, like I said, virtual assistants who will proofread copy, write blogs, do those kind of things. And I use all of those tools to get people into the web funnel, get them to the website, and get them to do what you want them to do. From that point, it really boils down to what's the next steps. What are you trying to get them to accomplish in the long run? Do you want them to book an appointment? Do you want them to purchase a class or a product? And so what I do is I work with my coaching clients and my individual clients to try to find the best methodologies that are going to give them the results that they want. One of the things that I say a lot is marketing should never, ever be an expense. It should always be an investment. And that investment means that if you're going to spend $1, you should be able to make 3 back, because you have to make $1 back for, say, the person that you're paying, say my time, $1 back for your time, because marketing is not a sit on the sidelines kind of sport. You have to participate. You have to be active in what's happening. And then thirdly, you have to make a profit. So, it's all about getting clients to understand that mindset. It's about getting them to participate, and it's getting them the results that they need, which is that 3-to-1 ratio of making money.
Mhm. Over the last 35 years, you've been in marketing. Have you ever met like one of the clients? Because you help from small businesses to big businesses. Have you ever met one business person who will say, I have this little business. I want you to really take care of it with everything in it.
Yes,
And
I
then
have
I'll sit back and relax.
yes, I have met a lot of those people that want you to do it for them. And in reality, those people are never going to be successful, because you cannot be an active or a passive participant in your own business. There's no way that would hand over everything in your business to somebody else and expect them just to make you money. If they could do that, why would they do it for you? They do it for themselves. So, yeah, there's people out there that want you to just do it all for them, and they end up being the clients that I usually reject. As a matter of fact, when I'm doing coaching, I actually have them fill out an assessment so that I can get a sense of where their heart's at, where their lives are at, where their business is at, and who their competition is, so I can better understand, am I a good fit for them? And that's been a hard lesson to learn. It's like, how do you say no?
Yeah, I was
you
going
know?
to say that. How do you
Yeah.
reject people?
Yeah, well, I'll give you a couple of clear-cut examples, but I mean, that's one of the hardest lessons in business to learn, is how to say no when they're not a good fit. It used to be if they're breathing and they had a wallet or a purse, they're a customer. But now, as I've grown in my life and grown in my business, what I realize is it has to be a good fit for them and a good fit for me. I'll give you a clear-cut example. Okay, I gave you the 3-to-1 coaching ratio thing. And I wrote my book, I put it out online, marketed the heck out of it, and somebody noticed it and came to me and said, "Hey, I saw what you did with your book, and I want you to help me do that with my book." So we started talking, and I usually do, a 30-minute initial consultation. And I said, "Okay, tell me about your book." He says, "Yeah, I wrote this book. It's a medical book. It's very nichey, very small audience." He says, "I co-wrote it with somebody else. So me and him are splitting 50% of the profit." And I said, "Okay, what do you make per book?" Our publisher is giving us $1 a book. And I said, "Okay." Immediately bells went off on my head, and I said, "Look, I'm sorry to say this, I don't think we're going to be a good fit." And he says, "Why?" I said, "If you spend $1,000 with me, which is not a huge amount of money, um, I would have to sell you based on your 50% profit margin and the 3 times rule. If you spend $1,000, you would have to sell $6,000 worth of books in order for you to make your money back the way I expect it to. And in the niche that you're in, that's going to be incredibly hard. I mean, my book itself, I invested $5,000. I made that $5,000 back. And I've made more since, but the thing is, I know how hard it is to make $5,000 doing a book. It's, you know, at 50 cents a copy, $6,000, that's 6,000 copies to make $3,000, a lot of books to sell. So I just didn't feel like it was a good fit, and I told him, I said, "I'm sorry, but I just don't think I can make you successful, because the worst thing you can do in business is have disgruntled people out there talking bad about you because you did not deliver. So you need to protect your reputation like it's the air that you breathe." And that's why I think it's so important to understand that lesson.
Okay. Let's talk about your book. Why is your book titled "It's Not About You, It's About Bacon"?
Okay. The bacon thing is kind of a long story, but it's a true story. I was out in California giving a presentation at a conference with a couple of my friends, and my one friend, Georgianne, she goes on Twitter. She says, "I'm going to put in Twitter, giving a speech in LA, CHALA 2012, hashtag bacon. And by the time we're done, I'm going to have 10 new followers on Twitter." And I went, "What?" I wasn't a huge Twitter fan, but I used it. So when we were done, she was completely wrong. She had 20 followers in an hour just because she put the hashtag bacon on. So I took it to a different level. I go to a lot of networking meetings that are local, and they tend to be breakfast meetings. So what I started to do was take pictures of bacon and putting it up on Facebook. And people were, commenting back saying, "Dude, do you have a prepaid plan to your cardiologist?" Because they thought I was going to die of a heart attack because of all the bacon I was posting. But what they didn't realize, it was OPB, it was other people's bacon. And that's what OPB stands for. And it was just, I would take pictures of other people's bacon while I was eating oatmeal. It just started to explode. People were commenting left and right and putting pictures of bacon on my wall of all different kinds of things. I mean, any day you go on my Facebook, my personal Facebook profile, you will see somebody that posts something about bacon. And the whole point of that is bacon is the second most shared thing on the internet next to cats. All right. I didn't realize that when I was doing it, but cats are number one, or kittens, and then bacon is number two. By posting things of bacon, all of a sudden I started to become top of mind. And so the book itself is entitled "It's Not About You, It's About Bacon: Relationship Marketing in a Social Media World." And what it did is it made me top of mind and created stronger relationships with people that I met face to face, people that I knew in high school, people that I know in the community and stuff like that. They all started to remember me for that one thing. So the underlying theme of the book is, how do you create a brand for yourself online that builds relationships and makes you top of mind?
Wow. Oh, next time I think I should start calling myself Bacon.
You should.
Okay.
Yeah. And trust me, there is no such thing as patience bacon, because nobody has patience when there's bacon around.
Yes, I can assure you. Right. My clan is a group of hungry entrepreneurs looking to move their business forward. How can your expertise help my clan? What do you do for people?
Well, what I do is I really help people get to better understand how to market their business online. So if they're really super hungry, I mean, there's lots of different things I do. I mean, I do personal coaching. I have one-on-one coaching clients where I teach people the ins and outs of how to get there faster. And that would be how to set up the right, website, how to create the right email marketing campaigns, how to use Google, how to use Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Google Plus, whatever it is that they need to do. The other thing I have is online classes that if somebody doesn't want to do the one-on-one coaching, wants to do the self-paced learning, I have 4 different courses. I have one on social media success secrets, Google for Business, blogging for business, and working with virtual assistants. And all 4 of those are kind of the cornerstones of what I teach my coaching clients. So I've got courses that will help people if they just want to learn one piece of it and don't have the time to do or the finances to do the full blown coaching. But so they can pick and choose either way. But really, what I do is I help people get found online better so that they make more money. And that's really, we're all in business for the same reason is, we want to change the world, but we still need to pay our bills. So, I keep that in mind as I try to coach people through the process of using online tools to generate more business.
Do you have something today that can help with our online success journey? Something to make the road a bit smoother for us?
Absolutely. If they or you or your clan want to take a look at my class, that would be the social media success. That's a hard one to say. Secrets. And the easiest way to find that, and this is a URL that I'm going to give you, it is brianloves.info. It's BRIANLOVES.info/patience. When they go to that, they'll get to my social media success secrets class online. And if they use that exact same word, patience, they will get half off when they put that in as a coupon code. So that's a way for your people to go and at least take a look at a class that is going to open up their eyes to all the different things about social media. It first and foremost covers why you want to do it, how to get found, and then it goes through Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Google Plus it goes into videos, other options like Instagram and Vine and things like that. And then finally it wraps it all up and shows you how to use it to make money.
Okay, clan, Brian is going to hang out and share more information about his journey with us. If you can relate to where Brian started his travels so far, or if you just want to learn more about Brian, you can listen to the extended version of his journey and even more tips to help you with your own journey. Go to onlinesuccessjourney.com. So check out Brian's social media success secret course, and once you get there, apparently do you get the discount once we get there, Brian?
What you have to do is you have to put in the coupon code patience when you get there. Once you apply it, it's $397 up front, and once they apply that, they get more than half off.
Yes, now you're here. Okay, we have more information and the link to offer at the onlinesuccessjourney.com. And if you are not part of the clan, you should be, as Brian is offering his book. It's not about you, it's about bacon relationship marketing in social media world and social media success secret course. As the clan, you learn more from Brian. As I told you, he has experience for more than 35 years, so you won't be losing anything. You'll be gaining more. So go and join on our online success journey and all our future podcasts. That's a wrap, clan. Remember, success is a journey. See you in part 2, Patience and Brian.
This is not the end of the journey. We hope you've enjoyed listening to part 1 and want to be sure you know there is a second part to this and every journey podcast at onlinesuccessjourney.com, filled with even more success tips, uplifting stories, and even a bit of fun. There are dozens of episodes only available to the members of the Online Success Journey clan. Check out the website and click on Join the Clan for more information. Patience would like to thank you for listening to this podcast, and she has a free audio gift for you at her website. Go to onlinesuccessjourney.com for instant access to this gift. Of course, you know that listening to the journeys of others helps each of us chart our own path. So make sure you're subscribed to be notified as each new interview is posted. There are so many ways to stay connected to the online success journey and to listen in. And if you're enjoying the podcast, we appreciate your help in telling others. One of the best ways to share the benefit you get is to rate and review it at Stitcher and other sites by clicking the stars or completing the ratings form, by clicking thumbs up and leaving a comment on YouTube, or liking and sharing the podcast on social media. To review the podcast within iTunes, simply open iTunes to the podcast, click on Ratings and Reviews, then write a review. On behalf of Patience, and until next time, thanks once more for listening. It is our hope that this podcast will guide you on your own online success journey.